It was billed as the largest show on Christian worship ever seen on the Arabian Peninsula. Pope Francis celebrated Mass in the Muslim-majority United Arab Emirates. More than 130,000 people attended the event in the capital, Abu Dhabi. It wrapped up a three-day trip to the country, the first ever by a pontiff. Francis said his main aim was to promote harmony and tolerance between Christians and Muslims. He also condemned war. Joining me now from Abu Dhabi is Anjana Shankar. She is the bureau chief with the Khalij Times newspaper. Welcome, Anjana. Quite an unprecedented event there where you are. You were at the open-air mass. What was the atmosphere there like?
Yeah, hi. Thank you for taking me in on the show. The atmosphere that we had seen there, this was something which I have never witnessed in my journalistic career in the UAE, which is I have been in the country for more than 15 years. This was one of a kind. You know, that stadium was packed from the moment we walked in, which was around 8:30 in the morning, and the mass started at 10:30. The stadium was packed with people, and as they waited for the pontiff to make an entry and go around in his Pope mobile, people were chanting his name. You know, they were waving flags. It was a moment that I would think will go down in the history of UAE, and also those people who attended there, especially the Christian community. Everyone that we spoke to, we have been tracking this story for, almost 3 weeks. Everyone that we spoke to, they said, this is unbelievable because they are getting to see their Holy Father, who they consider, head of the Catholic Church, in a Muslim country, in an open space, conducting a papal mass.
And Anjana, apart from the atmospherics, you said there was an incredible atmosphere. What do you think this visit has achieved apart from that?
I would think so, because, UAE is a country where more than 200 nationalities live and work here. This is home to more than 200 nationalities. And for these people to see this kind of event, which is organized by the government and promoted by the government, this sends out a strong message to all the communities living in the UAE, and I'm sure for people who are outside of the UAE. The message is very clear that UAE has an open door policy. It welcomes people of all nationalities, color, creed, religion. That is the message that has gone out. And I think this kind of reinforces, the idea of safety and security and peace and harmony that people feel here. So I think that is very important, especially for the residents of this country.
But Anjana, to what extent does this message reflect the reality for Christians living in the UAE and more generally on the Arabian Peninsula?
I would say that, as a journalist who has worked in this country, there are various churches that are built in the UAE. Even during this visit, they have signed an accord to build a church and a mosque. And Christians of various denominations, they enjoy the freedom of worship here. There are temples, Hindu temples here. There are synagogues where people worship. So that is what it is important. I think, sending out this message of tolerance, especially in a year that UAE has dedicated as the year of tolerance. I think the ground reality is exactly what you have witnessed here. People live in harmony. People are not discriminated against religion or race.
Right. Anjana Shankar with the Khalij Times in Abu Dhabi. Thank you for sharing your perspective with us.